Yo, what's going on? What's happening? So the question is, should we give up on black people? Now, before anyone answers the question, you know, the non-blacks, you all are out of this. I'm just gonna be real with you, you know. And do I have to explain myself? Do we have to go down memory lane? You know, because let's just be real. You all are really a part of the problem. You know what I'm saying? So please stay out of this conversation. You know what I mean? I'm talking to the black folks. You know, should black people give up on black people is the question. You know, and what I mean by black people, I'm talking about like the NIWGASs, you know, ignorant people, you know, the bougie people, just overall black people. You know what I'm saying? Good or bad, should we give up on one another? You know what I'm saying? Because like I hear this in the comments all the time. Every time I do a video about black people, you know, I hear people say, man, you know, I gave up on black people a long time ago. I gave up on my own people, you know, my people a long time ago. You know, they don't want to get it right. They don't want to listen. They don't want to do this and that and so forth. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, people call themselves looking out for me, you know, when they say to me in specific, like, yo, man, you should just let things go. You know, black people going to be who and what they are, and there's nothing that you could do about it. You know, and first and foremost, I thank you for your opinion. You know, I say that. But I want to tell you this. Like, besides all of the things that black people have been through, you know, aside from all of that, I can say that if I were to have that outlook or that perspective that you all have, not you all, but some of you all have, you know what I'm saying? I would be doing a disservice to myself as well as, you know, overall my race. Because let me tell you something. When I was lost, when I was asleep, my aunt didn't give up on me. Real talk. My aunt, that I call my spiritual mother, my aunt didn't give up on me. My aunt helped me along the way, you know what I'm saying, as far as dealing with my ascension. She didn't give up on me. I remember, you know, I can say the same for my father. We have our differences, but I can remember distinctively getting locked up in Long Island. Being locked up. You know what I'm saying? And he could have left me in that jail cell. But he got me out. And it was a DUI, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's a long story, you know what I'm saying? I didn't actually, you know, do the breathalyzer test and all the rest of that stuff. But, you know, of course, you know, I turned it down and they pinned me with the DUI. My father could have easily said, this happened to me when I was young. He could have easily said, yo, you on your own on that shit. Own up to it. But he bailed me out. I can name a few other people that have helped me along my ascension. Had it not been for them, I wouldn't be right here talking to you all. So how can I turn my back on people that I know that are going through somewhat of the same struggle that I've been through, especially the youth? Yeah, I know better now. You know what I'm saying? I know not to put my neck out on the line for black people. I know just how far to take it. Because see, you know, I've been pistol whipped. Wasn't no non-black that hit me with the gun a couple of times. I've been robbed a couple of times. Wasn't a non-black that did that. So I know just how far to take it, as far as my love and care and compassion for my people. I'm not stupid. But I'm not gonna allow, you know what I'm saying, little petty things like me having my differences with black people to stop me from caring. When in my time of need, there were people that put their best foot forward to help me out. You know what I'm saying? I was homeless. I ain't have nowhere to go at the time. Pretty Ricky, he didn't have to let me in. He didn't have to let me in. Told me, hey, listen, yo, you can come down here. Come down here in Florida. I caught Never forget it. Caught the train from New York down to Orlando. Got off the train. Had a leather jacket on. You know, I never lived in Florida like that. You know, I visited a couple of times. But, you know, it wasn't like I never been there in the wintertime and stuff like that. I didn't even know that it was like, it gets hot like that. Took off the leather jacket like, damn. He welcomed me in his house. Never asked for 1 red cent. And when, this is real talk, I left. He didn't kick me out. He didn't tell me I had to go. Grown ass man. At the time, I had to be like in my mid-20s, I think. I said, yo, man, I can't live under your roof anymore. You know what I'm saying? You got a family to take care of. And I feel like I feel less of a man. He understood. He didn't kick me out, though. I could have stayed as long as I wanted to. I'm just saying, like, how can I turn my back on my race when my race has helped me out? I've had conversations with people that I didn't even know that's black that indirectly helped me out. I can't see myself doing that. Maybe you can. Maybe you can. And if you could just cut your race off like that, you need to do some fucking soul searching. That's real talk. Now I know you may say, man, Langston, man, you be contradicting yourself. First you say you're gonna let the black people go and you don't care about niggas and this and that and so forth and blah, 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 blah. And then let me tell you something. Man. No lie. There are times when I get upset. And I'll get upset over a loved one. And in that point in time, if a loved one ever heard me talking about them, they would be like, God damn, he really don't give 2 flying fucks about me. But I'm caught up in my emotions because I want to see my loved one do good. That's the same thing with black people. I could talk about how much of a fuck up black people are, how much we need to get it right, and then I'm tired of seeing black people this way and that way, and I'm done. I could speak all of that shit, but that's just one day. The next day I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna have hope. I'm gonna have hope. Even for the black people that are hopeless, I'm gonna have hope. That's real talk. Don't you dare say that black people don't have things stacked up against them. Don't you dare say that it's not difficult to be black in America. Don't you dare say that racism is over. Don't you dare say systemic racism is over. Don't you dare say that nobody's destroying the communities but us. Don't you dare say that. It's other people that are participating in black genocides beside us. And that's real shit. We constantly talk about how these teenagers, these kids are going out here shooting each other. Where they getting the guns from? They sure as hell ain't in the hood making them. Like I said before, and I say it again, you know, I know how far to take things nowadays. I know that, you know what I'm saying, I have to educate and throw jewels, drop jewels and all that stuff from a distance, from afar. I can't do it inside the hood anymore. It's too dangerous. A nigga like me? Please. It's too dangerous. And I'm not gonna go into your hood because you say it's safe. Unless you have some type of security and it's in a place where, you know, it's in a neutral place or something like that. But yeah, man, I'm not gonna give up on black people. I'm black. And nobody ever gave up on me. And that's real talk. And some of you all that's looking at this video, you know you've had opportunities too. You know people open up doors for you. And it's so easy for you to forget when you get older. It's so easy for you to forget. You know what I'm saying? When you're at the top of your game now. How many people that was on ground level helped you get up to the top? That you had help. And if it weren't for people that helped you, you wouldn't be where you at. Ain't no way in the fuck I ever give up on black people. Because black people need people such as myself and as well as you all. That's real talk. All we have is us. That's it. That's it. That's what it boils down to. And I know some of you all may say, well, man, you saying that you never give up on black people, whatever, but you steadily saying, man, this is my last video. I'm not doing any videos, in the upcoming months and this and that and so forth. The reason why I say I'm going to stop doing videos is, for one, it's not safe here anymore. It's not safe here anymore. And if you know anything about what's about to happen, you would get the fuck out of harm's way. That's how I'm going to put it. Because some shit is about to fucking happen here. That's the first thing. And two, the second, is at the end of the day, I ain't got nothing else to say. I don't have anything else. Once I stop, there's nothing else for me to say. And my gift to black people is these videos. You can have it. You can do whatever you want to do with them. First and foremost, I want to say this. I want to thank people that have donated. Because you didn't have to. Whether it was $1, $2, $10, $20, I thank you. I thank you for tuning in. I thank you for watching the videos. But at the end of the day, yo, seriously, I don't need anyone to buy into. I'm not selling anything. Don't you understand? When you see someone genuine, I know it's difficult. I know it's difficult. I know you're saying in your mind, man, he must have something up his sleeves. Because eventually he gonna ask us to buy something. Eventually he's gonna have some t-shirts, some merchandise, or something to sell. No, I'm not. All I want you to do is take the information that I give you, the knowledge that I give you, chop that bitch up. You know what I'm saying? Throw away the fat. In other words, throw away the words that you don't want. Keep the words that you do want. You know what I'm saying? And apply it to your life. And then once you bump into someone that needs some type of encouragement, inspiration, motivation, you know what I'm saying? Pass it on. In your way. Because you can't use my words, you know what I'm saying, and try to sound like me, because you sound like an idiot. Be yourself. But that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Each one teach one. But there's no possible way I could give up on my race, man. Knowing where I come from and people that have helped me, that was black. Also on top of that, the adversities that we face in America, spelled with 3 Ks. And then to top it off, overall, nobody gives a fuck about black people. And I know this. I know this also to be true. We have been taught not to give a fuck about one another. I don't care. I don't care, yo. I remember I did a video. Seriously, this is my word. This is like a couple of years ago. It was this non-black talking shit about Nicki Minaj. I did a video like cursing, like really getting at this motherfucker. Like the audacity. I don't give a fuck if Nicki Minaj. Okay, true indeed. We got to settle our differences in the family. You know what I'm saying? Like, we sit down and we chit chat. Not me and Nicki, but I'm saying just like the black community, so to speak. We chit chat about, to Nicki Minaj, yo, your lyrics is this way and that way. It's influenced, young little black girls to do negativity and this and that and so forth. But that's in-house. You're not going to talk shit about Nicki outside of the black race. Because Like, I'm not gonna listen. As much as I talk about black people and how we are our own worst enemy, really we're not. We know who the fucking enemy is. We know the snakes that slither. We know the man behind the curtain. So we know a lot of this shit that's going on, a lot of the things that we go through, we know who's the cause of it. So you ain't gonna, the nerve of some of these motherfuckers that have podcasts that talk about how hip hop is going as non-black. Your fucking race is the cause of that, motherfucker. Or at least say the people that's part of your race is the cause of that. Stop blaming it on black artists when they're signed to record labels and the record label is ran and owned by non-blacks, or rather Caucasians. Let a nigga come out with a song talking about how he want to shoot and kill, you know what I'm saying, non-blacks. How he want to run in a non-black's house and do this and that and so forth, and that shit get zero airplay. But the minute a nigga talk about killing another nigga, that shit'll be on top charted. #1 album, #1 single. So yeah, I could talk my shit about my family, but I dare somebody to talk shit about my family, cause I'm gonna be there. I got my family's back. Especially when I know you the cause behind this shit. Real shit. I'm glad I'm not part of a company or corporation. I don't have any contracts or anything like that where you know what I'm saying, where I'm restricted on saying certain things. I know who the problem behind this shit. We all know. We don't even have to say it. So being that I know, I'm not gonna give up on black people. And I know ultimately who the fucking problem is. And some of you black people that will give up on your own people, knowing that overall they're not the problem. Man, you need to go see someone. You need to go sit on somebody's fucking couch. Now, I'm not saying that we're not willing participants. I'm not saying that there are no black people out there that are on board with the bullshit. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. But we can agree that the black plight and that black genocidal music is profit in that. It's profit in seeing black people disunified. That the minute that we come together and have our own shit, that's when all the shit hits the fan. I tell you, one of the worst black mistakes that we made, I say the worst mistake that we made as a black community as a whole is, you know what it is? You know what it is. I don't even have to really tell you. It's when we integrate it. Why is everybody saying the same thing? Because it's the truth. The minute we integrated is the minute we gave up everything, ownership. Prior to that, we had schools, churches, you know what I'm saying? Communities, real communities that we owned. They don't want that shit. They don't want that shit. As much as fucking non-blacks talk about some black people, you need to get your own and this and that and so forth. You need to go back to Africa. You talking shit and you know you fucking full of it. You know you full of it. If we left and went back to Africa, this motherfucking whole economy wouldn't exist. Shit would collapse. America would collapse. And that's real talk. Real talk. We built this motherfucker. And that's the reason why a lot of black people are saying, man, I ain't leaving. I'm American. We built this shit and we were here before Columbus. How about that? And if you want to call us Olmecians or the indigenous people of America, whatever you want to call us, we were here before Columbus. So yeah, man, I ain't giving up on no black people. You crazy? Like I said before, I know how far to go though. I know that, hey, you know, these videos are encouraging. They're here to help. And that's just how far I'm gonna go with it. You know what I'm saying? I've been burnt more than once. Actually, 3 to 4 times. You know, I'm wise. You know, I'm not gonna put my family just as myself on the line. But at the same time, nah, man, I'm not gonna give up. Nah, because nobody gave up on me. Real talk. Nobody gave up on me, man. And I know times have changed. And during these times, man, I'm telling you, people such as myself, as well as you and others, we like aliens. Excuse me, because we're not used to seeing black people, you know, this bad and this fucked up mentality that they have, you know. And it feels like at times, man, you really do want to give up. You really do want to say, fuck it, I'm throwing the towel in. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, man, don't. Help those that want to be helped. Real talk. And let, you know, all of us pull each other up. Now, if you got a black person, hear me out. You got a black person, a nigga, an ignorant person, a person that want to be shiesty, you know what I'm saying? A snotty-nosed black person, nose up in the air and all the rest of that shit. They don't want to be helped, then kick rocks then. Other than that, help those that want to be helped. Because someone, I'm telling you, I know it. Someone helped you. And if that person that helped you said that I give up on black people, then where would you really be? If my aunt said, man, I give up on my nephew, that nigga just a knucklehead, where would I be? If my father said, man, fuck him, let him stay in jail. If Pretty Ricky said, man, I don't give a damn whether you're homeless or not, I ain't got no goddamn room for you. You a grown-ass man. Where would I be? Where would I be? I could go on with this. I came out with my first book, The Mother of My Children. We had no car. She walked to the barbershops and sold my book, made more money than I made the first week I got my books. She said, yo, if you get some shirts printed up with your book on the shirt, I'll wear that. As I'm fucking walking to the barbershops, selling your book. I could go on with these stories. I'm not here by some act of faith. I'm here because people helped me get to where I'm at. Even in mind. I was part of a cult called the United Nuwabi Nation of Moors. They got so many different names. They were known by as the Ansar Allah community. HTM, now it's All Eyes on Egypt, and they call themselves Sabians. The leader of the cult, his name was Dr. Malachi Z. York, also known as Amanubi Rakbata Afrete Tun Ray, Chief Black Eagle, Yanun Isa, Iman Isa, And the list goes on. He's serving in jail for 135 years. And I can tell you, at the end of the day, I even learned from that dude. I read the autobiography of Malcolm X, written by Alex Haley. Man, even Spike Lee movies, Do the Right Thing, Malcolm X, all of these movies that came out influenced me. I could give you a long list of rappers that helped me along the way. Now, of course, there were 90s rappers that was kicking knowledge and shit. Poor Righteous Teachers, Wu-Tang Clan, Nas. The list goes on. I could talk about the black organizations, the 5%ers, the Nation of Gods and Earths, the Moors, or the Moor Science Temple. I could talk about the Rastafarians that I bumped into along the way, along my journey, along my ascension. My aunt at the time was part of, the Yahweh Ben Yahweh. I could talk about my school teachers, Miss Lloyd, Miss Shields. Nah. Many nights I sat in bed with the mother of my children, and her telling me just how talented and gifted I am. And you think I'm gonna give up on black people? When I was hopeless, they gave me hope.